Okay, the state of emergency, the request by the president for an extension has been denied, but albeit tentatively by both chambers of the National Assembly. But is it necessary to have that state of emergency? Because, I mean, the members of the House of Representatives said the president can go ahead and deploy the military, who can still go ahead and fight the Boko Haram sect. But do they need to have a state of emergency before they can effectively combat this insurgent?
Yeah, I think it's necessary that the state of emergency still be in place, because it gives the president the power, the full powers to deploy the military. Because if you leave it fluid that the state of emergency is not in position, in place, the operations of the military, they might not have the full privilege or the full operational powers to embark on the attacks. So I feel we should, in the interest of this country, we should not play politics with this with our security. We should extend, the National Assembly should consider the request of Mr. President to extend this extend this emergency rule, at least for the next 6 months. Let's see how it works. If it doesn't work, like in your clip there, at the onset of this program, somebody said that you are taking a drug for over a time and it doesn't work. Does it mean you now take poison to kill yourself? I disagree with that. So if we continue to try until we get it, because the insurgency is not peculiar to Nigeria, terrorism. You see what is happening in Kenya, Afghanistan, Pakistan. It's all over the world. So our own should not be exclusive or isolated. We should show understanding by cooperating with our security forces. I must also use this opportunity to commend the civilian JTF, who have volunteered and assisting the military in routing Boko Haram.
Now, only very recently, the military gave a statement, and they said they clarified the role that, a civilian JTF was playing, and they talked about how they were helping out with intelligence. And then a lot of people were asking, what are our official intelligence agencies doing? Do they still have a role when a state of emergency has been declared in certain states?
Well, Marco, that question is, I wouldn't know how to put it, because our intelligence services have been discharging their roles and responsibilities by providing intelligence to the security forces. The fact remains that you cannot know a house, an outsider cannot know a house better than yourself that reside in that house. So that is where the role of the civilian JTF comes in. They are very familiar with the terrain, they know the environment, they have access to all these people. So the role of the security agencies, without sounding immodest, I think the State Security Service, which is charged with providing intelligence, has been doing so much in terms of providing intelligence, which are never attested by the security forces through collaboration and cooperation that they have been enjoying so far. But we still need the civilian and the populace to join forces with our military to ensure that we have a success in this challenge.
Now, Mr. Ejiofor, a lot of people will also say that terrorism is a battle that also has to do with hearts and minds. And even while you're trying to rout out the terrorists, you must make sure that you also ensure that the people whom you're fighting for are on your side. There's been lots of people displaced as a result of, our attempts to rout out insurgency. Do you think that we've done well enough by them?
Well, you see, like you said, insurgency or terrorism is a war of the mind. You pollute the people's mind and try to incite them against government. The government is not doing enough. That's their aim. And unfortunately, our media has been in the forefront. Some section of the media has been in the forefront in fueling and assisting Boko Haram in its war against Nigeria. Some foreign media also help. They try to exaggerate and put things out of place. And you know, people tend to believe all these stories more than the realities on ground. Boko Haram, you see screaming headlines. Boko Haram takes over 10 communities, they're in control of 3 states, and all those kind of things. It's a war of the mind. So I think the role of our media should also be to play down on some of the, why not compromising the truth? I say we know that the truth must be told, but they should play down on some of these
Mr. Jeffrey,
areas.
want me to come in here. When you say there's some section of the media is aiding Boko Haram in terms of information they are putting out there, is the Nigerian military or the government bringing out any information for the media to use at all? Now, this is a question of propaganda. Who gives out more information? That's what will be carried out. So what do you expect if the government is hoarding information and not putting anything out?
Well, you see, the National Information Center was set up to brief the media on the goings on. I know also that the defense spokesman, General Nikolade, also briefed the media. I have not seen a situation where Boko Haram leaders have called the media to brief them. But yet, their information gets more headline and highlight than the one of government. That's the point I'm trying to make, that we should play down on some of these propaganda, because they thrive on propaganda, the terrorists.
Well, the question I was trying to bring up, is the plight of the IDPs. I don't know if you've been saying it in the papers. I don't know if the media is playing this up so as to aid Boko Haram, but you definitely cannot ignore the millions of people who have been displaced as a result of the fighting. We understand that some of them are refugees in Cameroon. We're just asking if, as a government, as a people, we have done well by these people, displaced people, and whether or not we should be doing more. That's the question I was asking.
Yeah, you see, the issue of displaced persons, I think the photographs are shown, clips are shown of people who are displaced. Those are realities on ground. And government should also work on this particular issue to build confidence of the people. For instance, I remember that the federal government launched a victim support fund. Nobody knows what is happening now. Nobody knows what is going on, whether the people who pledged actually redeemed their pledge or not. So the government should also come out to tell people what is going on with the victim support program. It will assist in building confidence among the people who are displaced. They are Nigerians. Everybody is concerned. The government is concerned that these people are displaced. They are not in their places of abode. They have no means of livelihood. So that government should also address those issues. I agree with you entirely.
These are some of the issues that, comes to the fore when we're talking about terrorism. If we say that, we're trying to rout out Boko Haram terrorists, the question would be, how well did we also look after the civilian populace in those places where the terrorists were being routed out? And we're asking if, what we're doing now with the IDPs was an indication of what was going on in the places where, the fight was the hottest.
Well, we are in a war situation, and you should expect that people will be displaced. But the fact remains that government should take care of the people who are displaced to build confidence. Like you said, it is not like the insurgents, for instance, have embarked on killing innocent people, attacking people. People are afraid. And that's the intention, to create fear and panic among the populace. The government, I still insist, should address the issue of internally displaced persons to build confidence in the people.